Hello, folks. Alan Strickland Williams here. This is Finding My Audience with Alan Strickland Williams. How you guys doing? This episode, this episode is brought to you by the letter E, as in the E key that fell off my keyboard. And just curious, what do you think is the most used letter in the English language? It's E. Yeah, it's E. So what we're gonna start off with a little DIY, DUI stuff. We're gonna take some super glue. I tried to fix it. I put the thing on, but it's just not it's not working. So I'm just gonna do a little tiny dab, little tiny. Will everything even come out of this? Okay, just the tiniest dab on here. Okay, put that there, and then let's see. Okay, we'll see if that works. Kind of feels like it does. Hope it sticks. Doesn't really feel like it is. It's a little flimsy. But we'll go with that for now. Hi. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I gotta do this earlier. I'm doing it. I wait too long. I gotta do it like Saturday morning. Right now it's 9:43 p.m. Sunday night. What's the weather like? Let's see here. 56 degrees. Not bad. What do you guys think of this weather this week? I thought it sucked. It's fucking May gray stuff. I don't like it. Yeah, I spilled on my laptop. I got dumpling sauce on it. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty on par for me. I'll get goat cheese on my pants all the time. I'll find goat cheese where it just shouldn't be. What's the weirdest thing you've ever spilled? Sound off in the comments. But yeah, this is Finding My Audience. Oh, we got an ad read. Let's get into it. Blue Chew extended release. So many ED aids have the same old story. You pop the pill, and an hour or so later, oingo boingo. But where's the element of surprise? With these chewables, you'll find yourself popping a bone at a random, inopportune time. Grab a textbook to cover your shame and feel like a teenager again with Blue Chew extended release. So thank you, Blue Chew extended release. That's our first ad. Appreciate that. What'd you think of the theme song? Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue. Very important fact about that song is public domain. That's why I'm using it. It's interesting. I was looking up the public domain stuff. I guess it's like, what is it? If it's like before 1924, you can use it. But then there's different, like, I think up until the 40s, that stuff expires after 100 years. And then eventually, everything from 1957 to 1972 expires on February 15th, 2067. So that means on February 16th, 2067, the intro to every podcast will be Rolling Stones' Sympathy for the Devil. And then they'll be like, we're going to count how many times Shane Gillis said the R word on his new special or something like that. Let's see. Oh, you know what was funny about the weather thing? I remember last episode when I was talking about that band Always and how they're a good sort of fall band. Well, I sure got what I said, didn't I? I guess God must listen to the podcast. Thank you for listening, God. Thank you guys. Honestly, thank you guys for listening. Means a lot. I did not mean for that last episode to be 37 minutes. I want these to be a lot shorter. But what's up? What's going on? How's your life? How's your love life? What did you do this weekend? I had a sleepy week. The cloud stuff. I don't know what it was. I wasn't even taking. I take trazodone, which is for insomnia. It's also what they give dogs to take around 4th of July so they won't freak out over fireworks. But yeah, I wasn't even taking that, and I was so tired all week. I need that sun. I needed to come out a little earlier. That's just me. I saw Teenage Fan Club at the Telegram Ballroom with James Fritz. It's really fun. Great band. Bandwagon-esque, the album. Great album. Did you ever see Young Adult, that Diablo Cody movie with Charlize Theron? She plays a song over and over and over again. That's a Teenage Fan Club song. It's a great show. It's nice. They're like old guys. It's cool. Ran into some people at went to Monty Bar. Hadn't been there in forever. And then what? Went on some walks. Silverlake Meadow was bumping today. Yesterday, I like to walk through and I'll take my shoes off and my socks off and I'll actually walk in the grass. Yesterday, I must have got stung by a bee or something because it feels like I have a ball inside my foot. I don't know what's up with that. I think it's okay. Just itches like hell. What else did I do? Oh, you guys have an air fryer? You got to get an air fryer. It's been fantastic. I call it my crazy little food egg. It's kind of shaped like a little egg, and I really was only using it to reheat stuff for a long time, and it's very good at that. You can get a lot of longevity out of meals. But ooh, I made chicken legs in it today. I feel like Popeye. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty, and it was very good, very good. What recipes do you like? Pop off in the comments. What do you do with the air fryer? Show review. Yeah. Oh, what I want to go a little slower. I want to take it easier. I know nobody's perfect. Myself included. So I'm going slow. You ever go slow? You ever slow things down? You ever do this? You ever go? You ever do that? Speaking of going slow, friend of the pod, funny comedian, Erin Lampart. She does a dance class. It's not really a dance. It's an experience. I like it because it gets me to stretch. I really hate stretching. I think stretching is boring. Like even when I'm hiking a lot, I'm just not stretching, and I need to because it's my body. Because my body. Um, but it's there is dancing, there's movement, but it's really just sort of like there's some breathing exercises. Aaron takes you on a journey. It's called Lamp Heart Dance. Find it on Instagram. I'll try to put a link up. But I say all this because the one thing I've taken away from it so far is she's always going slow, slow down, slow. So I'm trying to do that, trying to stay slow. I give the last episode maybe I don't know, maybe a C. I thought it was good. Throw some good stuff in there, but we're figuring it out. For me it's all I'm figuring out how to do all this stuff, and I need to figure out the rhythm. I need to figure out my schedule. I need to figure out, okay, I get this all done Saturday so that I can edit it Sunday and have all the clips ready to go because I just don't have enough time to really do anything throughout the week. Um, so trying to figure that out. Oh, let's see. I got a lot of good feedback though, so I appreciate it. If you guys left any feedback, let's see, what do we got here? Um, what did people say? People said some nice things. Oh, someone wants some more landlord tea. I don't know what the rule is. I don't know if I can just say who says this stuff or not. So I guess for now I'm gonna err on the side of caution. But you can go to I'm just looking at the comments on these on the post for the pod. I want more landlord tea. Here's my take on my landlord. Well, I will say this: they've the last thing they needed to do in this very room was put in a door because technically, if it's a room, it needs to have a door. So they finally did that only because I complained to the city. But my new take on my landlord is he's just a cokehead, and I think he's been one since like the '80s. Because he's a landlord and a lawyer. You don't need to be both of those things. That just means you're very bad at both of them. Not very good at them. But I have this big neon sign We'll do the podcast up there one day, and you'll get to see all that good stuff. But I have this big neon sign, and the last time he was in the apartment, he saw it and he goes, "Oh, I love neon." And I go, "Oh yeah, cool." He goes, "I've got a couple neon pieces at my house." And then he goes, "But I had this girl over." Now this definitely, when he's saying he had a girl over, what he means is he had a prostitute over, 100%. Um, and he goes, "I told this girl not to touch the art, but she did, and she broke it." So the last thing this grown man says as he's leaving my apartment is "stupid girl." So I think he's an old coke. I mean, he's just so erratic and like forgetful and stuff. I think that's the vibe. So that's my tea. That's the tea on that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Some people. Let's see. Good tie, thank you. Appreciate that. Can you please explore the nighttime president thing more? Noted. I'm actually gonna write that down. Um, maybe in the next episode's joke section you'll see an amended version. Um, Nighttime. Oh, I don't know if this E plan really worked. Nighttime president stuff. That's kind of working. Okay, we're kind of driving with it. Okay, let's see. I did get a voicemail from Lisa Chanel. Do you know Lisa Chanel? She's great, super funny comic. Um, she has a podcast called "What's Your Sign?" About zodiac stuff, astrology. Super funny. Let me see here. Where do I have it? Let's just listen to it. I have not listened to it. And I asked her, I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I play this?" And she goes, "Of course, that's fine." So let's see. Da-da. What do you got for us, Lisa?
Okay, I kind of have a lot of pitches for your podcast, and if this is overwhelming for you, just delete it or don't listen to it now, listen to it later. I think that, first of all, for your Patreon, I think you can deliver some of the projects from Is This Anything to Patreon. If people tell you that they like it, like for instance, I think the drive thing is really funny. I think you could, if it's something you're planning on shooting, you could deliver it on Patreon first, or if you want to like write the script and let people on Patreon see it. I think you could also maybe challenge yourself to write more easier Is This Anything to slip in so that you can actually deliver them on Patreon. It's kind of like backtracking, but
smart.
Is this anything? It's like a meme like this, or is this anything? It's a photo of blah blah blah. It's a an onion headline, an essay, like things that are easier for you to deliver alongside your actual ideas that you want feedback on, so that you can kind of
That's great, Lisa.
People on your Patreon. And then for the food thing, I think that there are ways to kind of do the ASMR sounds without chewing. I don't know if you like follow a lot of like food influencer type stuff, but if there's like a really toasted bread or really crispy chicken, like sometimes they'll just like scrape a knife over it to show you that it's crispy. So things like that you could do. Kind of how Lindsay does her croissant reviews, and she'll like tap on the bottom of the croissant to show you if it's like hard or hollow.
Lindsay Adams.
And then she'll kind of like squish it and open it, so you can see it's like still soft.
Cool.
I think you can definitely play with stuff like that depending on what foods you're eating. You could definitely figure out a way to like kind of showcase what, like some sounds, but not necessarily like the chewing sound, unless people tell you they want the chewing, which they very well may. And what else? Oh, I don't know if you're trying to monetize outside of Patreon. The podcast platform that we used for ads was called What's Your Sign used Red Circle, and they are your syndicator, so they'll replace Libsyn. They have a thing where you can kind of insert your ads and upload them. It's pretty easy. And then they also have programmatic ads from things like McDonald's, Toyota, etc. that you can like put onto your podcast and monetize that way. The way that those
it'd be so funny if McDonald's sponsored this.
Say it's $1,000, and say it's like a dollar stream. It's not going to be a dollar stream, but let's just say for easy of math. Once you stream 1,000 times, your contract is fulfilled. You get your $1,000, and then you can renew the contract or not, depending on if people buy, whatever shit you're hawking. And so if you use a platform like Red Circle, they'll have all of your, because they're syndicating for you, they'll have all of your stream, your plays, the number of times it streams, etc. And they will forward that information directly to the advertisers. They like kind of do everything for you. They take a cut, obviously. And it's not that much. I don't remember it feeling super unfair, but it's just nice. It's easy. You get free product, etc. You can unbox the product that you're actually advertising for in your show. I think Anchor, I think there's other platforms that do the same thing as well. So something to look into for monetizing. If you sell your own ads, like on your own, you don't really have to be honest about that streaming numbers. You could just say like, hey, we get 10,000 streams a episode, and people will.
I feel like we're far away from this stuff.
Pay you whatever they think is fair for that. But then you have to like go out and get your own ads. So that's, it's more work. Depends on how much work you want to put into it. And then
not much.
On top of that,
not much.
One thing that some podcasters do when they are using a platform like Red Circle, they'll stream twice a week so that they can get to that 1,000 plays faster or whatever their, whatever the threshold is.
Okay.
So, say if you have 1,000 subscribers, if it's 2 times a week, you're hitting 2,000 streams versus, so if you're hard up for cash, you can just start podcasting more, and hopefully people have subscribed, and so it automatically downloads, and you just kind of stack cash that way. Anyway, sorry, this is long. Hopefully it's helpful. A podcast of my own, if you will. And love you.
Lisa, that was so nice. Yeah, I really did not listen to that beforehand. So much info. Podcast within the podcast. Yeah, that is one thing I was thinking of too. I don't know if I haven't said this, but I do want to eventually get to be hopefully streaming this. But you need a certain amount of followers on each platform, which I'm nowhere near. So we're building to that. Thank you. Let me just see. I wanted to see if there's any other comments I wanted to shout out. People like the whistleblower joke from last week. Thank you very much. Taylor won't mind me saying this. Says not too sexual, but maybe a little sexual. It's the ASW brand. Okay, we're going to do what we can do. I think that is good. Okay, so seriously, that's how it works. And what I am going to do is, I like that. I like the leaving the message. So I think I'll try to find a Google. I think I can set up a Google number, and we can do that, and we can play your messages. That's cool, huh? Okay, that takes us into the jokes. Let's get into it. This is why you come. You're here for the jokes, right? All right, let's see. First off, this is an impression of golf. Fuck! That's golf. There you go. Let's see. What is the next joke? Sigmund Freud said a cigar could symbolize the penis. Freud also smoked so many cigars he died of oral cancer. Dude's gay. All right, there you go. That's that. How about that? Here we go. Try this on for size, okay? Jews don't control the media. That is a despicable stereotype. But one black guy does control the Medea.
My soul cries out hallelujah. Thank God.
When I said jokes you wouldn't hear on other kinds of podcasts, that's what I'm talking about. Here's a question. Is catcalling okay if you're really quiet? Like if they don't hear you, is it okay? Anyone watch Shogun? I loved it. There's the John Blackthorne. He's like this Englishman that's there. He's a pirate or whatever, and he's attacking ships, but he gets caught up in this whole power struggle in Japan, and I don't know. Just the whole time I was just thinking, rest in peace, John Blackthorne. You would have loved Weezer's Pinkerton because he kind of like gets involved with a consort, I believe is the term that they gave them. So here's an impression of John Blackthorne. Listening to Weezer. Goddamn you, half Japanese girls. You do it to me every time. That's how John Blackthorne talks. I don't know if you guys watched it. If you didn't, that just sounds probably racist. I don't know. Those are the jokes. Let's see. Fake ad read number 2. What do we got? We got Raytheon Kids. Guided missiles aren't just for moms and dads. They're for kids too. And they're not just for kids. Raytheon Kids is the first defense contractor for kids by kids. Oh, brought to you by Raytheon Kids, and Coco Melon. That didn't feel great. Oh, but I see, yeah, they're paying a lot of money for that fake ad read, so we got to do that. What did I see this week? I saw Babes. Michelle Buteau, Alana Glazer, Hassan Minaj. There's some other people but Sandra Bernhard was in it. Pamela Adlon directed it. It was super funny, and it's like not it's kind of like a it's not a bromance. It's like a girlmance. Um, and it's also about being a mother and having kids and stuff. So there's a lot that like definitely was outside of my wheelhouse for sure, but like still it's just super funny. Um, that would definitely I would be very interested to hear what people think about it that like I would say could maybe more connect directly to the material, but super super funny. Like the entire crowd was laughing, super into it. There's just some great running gags in it. I really like Michelle Buteau. God, Alana Glazer too. She just like sinks in on you. Really gets you there. And what was I gonna say about? Oh, it was like raunchy. It was like gross. It was like, and I mean that in a positive way. Um, but super laugh out loud funny. Like kind of reminded me of Girls Trip a little bit. Just like they were really going for it in some parts, and yeah, good time. And I gotta see this movie. There's this movie called Not Another Church Movie, and then I think the tagline is literally Tyler Perry did not direct this movie or something, and it's like Jamie Foxx plays God and Mickey Rourke plays the devil. It's like playing once a day um, at one of the AMC Burbank. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but I'm going to figure out when to do that. But yeah, go see Babes. Um, let's see. Let's see. I like closing out with a poem. I think it's kind of cool. This is another one. This is called Validation. I am an old valet ticket trapped under the windshield wiper of my defeated car, flapping wildly in the wind, flailing and slamming myself into the glass over and over, my edges wearing off, my printer ink fading, just waiting to be let free so I can finally fly. It's validation. Plugs. What do we got? I'm doing a show at a golf course. It's called Joking Around. It's at the Pinmar Golf Course in Venice. I'll put the link to the tickets in my link tree, but it'll be on that link will be in all my platform bios and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the show this week. We got how long are we doing here? Where's GarageBand? Why is it? It's keeping it's keeping time in beats. So it's been 731 beats. So I think that's a pretty good time to close out. Oh, I said taglines. So we're trying this. Thank you for listening to Finding My Audience. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. Drop it in the comments wherever you're finding this. Subscribe to the stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Hit the like thing, please. And yeah, I'll see you in the funny papers. We'll try some more later on. But anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Have a great week. Be good.